Alright, so now I'm over here with my motor and my transmission. I'm going to take it off of here. So I'll take this nut out right here. Take my axle bolt out. And pop this axle out with a pry bar right here. Take this power steering line off that you see right here. I'm going to just take it off right there at that 10. Slang it up there. Take my nut out right here. Take my axle nut out right here. Pop my axle out of here. Might just take them 2 bolts out right there. Slide the whole thing out. Also gonna take this bolt out right here. Gonna take these 3 bolts out here. Drop this. Grab my starter up out of here. And get my torque converter bolts real quick. Also do that. And then that'll be it. And it should be able to come on off of here. Alright, I'm over here. I got my 3 Cadillac converter bolts off. Now I got my starter. I'm gonna push in this little wire right here. Push it in right there in the middle. Pull it out. And I'm gonna take off my 13 right here. Take off my 2 right here. Get my torque converter bolts. Spin this crank right here. Also gonna unplug this wire right here because it's gonna be in the way. Alright, so I got my 2 starter bolts out, got my wire off, got my other wire off, and I got the wire off right there. Here we go. So put on around that sensor. Pull it off here. I'm gonna go set it over there. My other shit. Alright, but now I can see my flywheel and I can spin my thing. Get me my torque. Alright, so I got my ratchet right here on this. And then here's my thing. Now I'm spinning it with my left hand. Alright. And there's my torque converter bolt right there. So I'll go ahead and probably get me an 18mm socket. That's probably what it is. And a ratchet. Break it on loose. Alright, one's out. Now I'm going to find my next one. Oh, man. Oh, the motor's a little hard to turn over because it's almost locked up. So a little pass back up a little bit. My other one. So I got all my torque converter bolts out and just roll on past that. And take a transmission bolt out right here while I'm here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get these axles out real quick and that power steering line off right there. Alright, so I pop my axle nuts off, pop my axles off. Also pop them 2 bolts out because I'm gonna need that bracket. I'm gonna pop out that 3rd one once I get it on the ground. Popped out this motor mount bolt. Took my power steering line off, put it up there. My other axle out. Pop that out of there and cap that off. My other motor mount and my 3rd motor mount. So now I'm gonna hook my chain up. I'm gonna hook it up like probably around here, maybe right there. All right, one of them 3 spots. I got 1, 2, 3 spots. Hook the chain up here. Hook the chain up over here on here. Chain up there, or hook the chain right here. Probably the chain right there. That's strong enough. Now I'll lift this thing up off the chair. Alright, so I got my chain hooked up. I'm about to on this thing. Alright. That's my weird pry bar at. Right here. So you see it's all loose. Make sure this one is loose. It's loose. Now we'll pop it out, so just come up some more with them. Alright, see my box off there. One of these is hanging. Alright, so pop that out of there. Come back here. Pop this up out of here. Alright, then I got one wire right here. So I'm gonna pop it there and pull that. Then I'm just gonna keep on jacking that bitch up out of here. Alright, so I'm up with my engine. Transmission high enough to get my box out. So now I'll go ahead and roll her ass up out of here. I'm just gonna put it all the way up out of the way. So just park her ass under here for the time being. Alright, now I'm gonna drop her on down. Use both hands. Alright, so now I'm gonna come on down with her. Ooh. Now I got it down here. I'll put it on a pallet. Then I'll get my 1, 2. There's right there under that black hose. And then 3 is right there. And that's it. Just them 3 transmission bolts are left. Got that one over there I was telling you I was gonna get. And then I'm also gonna pull these 4 bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so I got all 3 of my transmission bolts out. You gotta break them loose. And then you gotta get them out by hand, right? Alright. So that's done. One other thing is a wire right here on this transmission. Pull that out. Then you gotta push in the little tab there. You bitch. Flathead or something. Flathead. Fuck. Alright, just push in. Just like that. Pull that off there. Then just make sure you ain't got nothing else hooked to this thing. I think that's it. So I got all my bolts off and shit. Got my thing covered up. Got this off of here, and this is just dangling. Alright, so now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna unhook my chain from here. And I'm gonna hook it up here somewhere. Probably just gonna hook to these 2 top things right here. No, it doesn't look safe, but this motor ain't no good anyway, so I can hook right there, I guess, into my intake bolt. So might just do that right there. So I'm gonna hook my chain just up to my motor now. Pull it off this transmission. Alright, so I got my shit jacked up, just hooked to my motor now. I'll go ahead with a pry bar right up in there and just, I mean, it's just like butter up in this thing. So go on to the back side and do a little bit back here. Oh, come on. Alright. So now I'm just gonna push back on my motor. I might need both hands so I don't drop my transmission. But I'm gonna just grab me a block. I'm gonna slide my transmission right on off of it. So I did grab some blocks, but they didn't really work. But it came off of there easy, man. Sit on the ground. Let this down on the pallet. Come over here. I'm gonna unwrap this bad boy. Bring it over there and swap my wire harness and any hoses and all that shit that I need. And you can see the other ones I got to put in soon. got to a Mustang motor, Mustang transmission. I don't know what this is, but another transmission. I gotta do all these, and then I should have another Mustang motor around here somewhere, but it might not have came in yet. I might have 2 Mustang motors. Alright, so I got my new motor over here, and I'm gonna switch all this stuff over to it. See how empty it is. Cadillac converter. It looks like not the intake, but the whole manifold and everything. AC compressor, alternator, pulleys, power steering, reservoir. A couple lines and stuff, and the whole wire harness. So go ahead and switch that over to this thing. You can see all my cut wires. I had to just pop all them off of there and plug up my new wire harness, all that. So I ain't really gonna record that. And all these fucking motors I got in here, I done did in the past 2 weeks. Alright, so I just want to capture how my belt goes on while I'm switching all this shit. Which I already got my power steering reservoir off. Now I'm gonna do my alternator, my AC compressor, my pulley right there, and that power steering pump right there. But just to see how the belt goes, it just up around there, around there, around there. Alright. So I finally got everything switched around. That alone took been here since 8:30. Started 8:35. So just to switch everything from this fucking motor to that motor took me 2 hours, man. So now I got one radiator hose switch that. We're gonna recheck, make sure. I might need this ground wire. So I still ain't done another 20 minutes, so 2.5 hours. But after I finish this, I'm gonna go ahead and get my transmission right there up on a block, and I'm gonna connect her ass back up to the new motor. Alright, so I got my motor and my transmission back together. I just had to block her ass up a little bit. Put a block over here, line them 2 pins up, and got them 3 bolts in. So now I'm just gonna tighten them up, jack her ass up and put her over here. And then I might go ahead and get my axle in now with the mount over here. Put that in real quick, and then I'll do the torque converter bolts in the air. But that's my mount I'm gonna put on right there. Alright, so I got my motor jacked up. I got my axle mount back in. Now I'm gonna roll this thing on over here.
You pick it up without knowing who was calling. It was the 80s. Tonight at 8. It's all madness and all 80s. The 80s at 8. Classic Rock 96.5.
Your next success begins with University of Maryland Global Campus. For more than 75 years, UMGC has
now I'm gonna spin her around to the way I need it, and I'm gonna slide her the way up on here and let her down on these 3 mounts. So I was able to get it to drop in there pretty easy. Just pull my box over, push my motor in, got this one and this one first, and then I got the third one. So now I'm gonna let her ass down. She's done. Pull my jack out from underneath here. Come in here and get my torque converter bolts in, which is right there, almost lined up. So now I got my shit on here, and I got my shit back over here. Now I'm just gonna have to hook up a couple lines, zip tie them back so they don't catch, And then I'll let this thing down upon these motherfuckers. Line that up a little bit better. Alright, about to go back in with this thing, but I did want y'all to know you got to plug up this transmission plug, put my Cadillac converter back on after I put my starter on. And back here you got to hook the steering line up, but it's going to be difficult from inside. So I'm going to go ahead and get this thing hooked up right here. Alright, so I'm about to come on back down with my shit. Come to a good spot. That bitch shaking a lot. Alright, now I'm gonna go ahead and I need to push forward a little bit. I need to bring my whole box forward this way, so I'm gonna do that real quick.
Nurse quit, leaving her business toes up. We've got 6 procedures and 3 major surgeries in the next 2 days. She needs a new RN who can think on her feet.
Alright, so now I'm gonna go walk around again.
Dave can help her
See where I'm looking like. Alright, I'm coming the rest of the way, I think. So now I ain't really gonna show y'all anything else till I got my bolts back in. I'm gonna be moving around a little bit here, a little bit there, just to make sure. But it looks like my bolts are right there where they need to be. So
your taste buds will be best buds with Dr. Pepper Float Ice Cream from Bluebell. The rich taste of creamy vanilla ice cream swirled together with the one-of-a-kind flavor.
Alright, so I got all 4 of my bolts started. My little bolts, I got them started before I tighten them up, just to make sure you get them started. Alright, everything's started, everything's good. Going up with her motherfucker. I did have to jack up the front with a board a little bit to get them 2 front bolts started. Alright, so now I'm just gonna pull my box out and let this thing down. Start putting her ass back together. Alright, so I'm down here and I just jack this shit up to get my 2 bolts in here. Also getting my steering line up under here. Sliding that on. My caliper, my stabilizer link, my axle nut in, and my wheel sensor. Go ahead and get that in too. Alright, so I got all this shit tightened up.
Easy access to savings every day. Shop weekly sales and get personalized coupons to get the most value out of every trip every time, whether you shop in store or online. Download the Kroger app now to save big.
Alright, now I'm about to go up. I'm about to check out my stuff. Go ahead and hit up my exhaust. My bottom transmission bolts. My gaskets. And that piece right there. I got my bolts in. Got my oxygen sensor plugged back up. Same over here. My oxygen sensor's up here. Plugged it up. I'll tighten up all my bolts. Put a best plate, tighten up the bolts. I come over here and I hit this power steering line. 2 of them right here. Get them on. Alright, so I got this up. I got one of my power steering lines on. Let's go up top, get the other one, run it down here. And get a couple other things up top real quick. I got my AC epoxy lines run through here. Hook them up. Keep it up right here. Put my motor mount back in here with these 2 bolts. The other jank with them 2 bolts. The radiator hose. The box in here with my plugs and shit. Also gonna come over here and get my linkage put in, my 2 heater core hoses, my fuel line, and my vacuum lines, and my transmission lines, which are both right where the blue rags are. So I got everything done on here. Fluids in it, back together. I ain't record the rest of it. Got a lot going on today. So I think I got another video anyway of the Buick, but here we go, starting it up. So she runs alright.